Hey everyone, today what we're going to be doing is we're going to be replacing the hard drive with an SSD in my PlayStation 4. This should really improve load time for games that are stored on the system, as well as just the startup time for the system itself. If you have last gen console, Xbox One or PlayStation 4, this is really a good idea to kind of breathe new life into that console. Before we get started, I do have some t-shirts available on Spring. I'll put the link down in the video description. If you want to support the channel and wear some cool t-shirts, feel free to check those out. You're going to need a few different things for this project. One is you're going to need a USB drive. I think 4 gigs should work. 8 gigs would be better, just to hold the operating system that you're going to be putting onto the new drive. You're going to need, obviously, the new SSD. You can go, 2 terabyte, 4 terabyte. I went 1 terabyte just because that's the money that I had. It was about $35. I'll put a link below to the one that I picked up. You're also going to need an adapter and a spare hard drive, because you have to migrate the data off of, if you want to keep all of your profiles and all of that stuff from your PlayStation, you're gonna have to migrate the data off of the existing drive onto a spare drive and then back onto the new drive once you install it. And then finally, you're going to need a computer, because you have to be able to download that operating system onto the drive once you have your PlayStation back together. So if you're ready to go, let's get started. But first, here's a word from our sponsor. Today's video is sponsored by RexiPets. The RexiPets nail grinder has a solid, replaceable grinder head with guards for both large and small pets. The quiet, rechargeable, and vibration-free grinder has a bright LED light for pets with dark nails to keep from cutting too close. You can pick yours up today at the link below. Now back to the video. Alright, the first thing you want to do is you want to check what version of software you have on your PlayStation, because you're going to want to make sure you get the OS that matches that version. So go to your settings, go into System, click into System Information, and the system software right there, second line, that's going to tell you what you need as far as what software version you want to have that you want to download on your PC. All right, get your backup started. And of course, the first thing you need to do is figure out how much storage you're going to need to back everything up. Now, if you have a spare drive that is the same size or larger than the drive that is currently in your PlayStation, you don't have to worry about this step. You can just run your backup. However, I had an internal drive in my PlayStation, and then I also had an external drive connected to the USB port, and I was checking to see if I had enough room to back up everything. What I ended up doing is just backing up what was on the internal drive. Once you have your external secondary drive connected to the PlayStation, go ahead and start the backup process. And to do that, go down to System, and then to Backup and Restore. And what you're going to do is just simply back up the PS4. You want to confirm, yes, I want all of my profile information, all of this saved onto the new drive. Just click yes here. If you have some that don't have PlayStation accounts, they're just simply on the system itself, then it's just saying you can't restore those to any other PS4. So this just confirms what you want to save off onto your drive. You want to leave all those checked, confirm the information here, and then just hit backup. As it starts this process, it's going to prepare for the backup. Your system's going to restart, and then it will actually start the backup process. We've got some other things we can do while this runs, so let's go get that started. All right, so the first thing we want to do is we want to format the USB stick. Let's make sure that there's nothing on it, so we have plenty of room to put the operating system onto the stick. So you want to right click, make sure the file system is set to exFAT. You can do just a quick format if you like, and click OK. Now I've already done that to mine, so I'm not going to do it again. Then you can close out of that. The next thing we're going to do is we're going to download the software to put onto that USB drive. Now in Google you can just do a quick search for PlayStation 4 software reinstall, and this first result should get you where you want to go. Click on that and scroll down to reinstall your system software. Of course we are doing the PS4, so you'll expand that, go to the update page here, and then we're going to go to the reinstall, not the update, because we will have a fresh drive with nothing on it. So click the PS4 console reinstallation file, and we're going to download that. On your USB drive, you want to follow the instructions here. So you want to create a folder named PS4, open that folder, and create a folder inside of there and name it Update. Now all of this needs to be all caps in order for everything to work like it should. And then inside of the Update folder, you want to save off the software. You can see I've downloaded it here, and here's my update file, so I can drag it over into the update folder that I just created. Wait for that to copy over. And now we can go back as soon as the PlayStation is done backing up. We can go ahead with the rest of the project. Once the backup finishes, you'll need to press the PlayStation button on your controller just to reconnect it to the system. And then once that's done, you hit OK, and the PS4 is going to restart. And then I just shut it down. Now we can start with the replacement of the hard drive, the actual work that we got to do to get this swapped out. Disconnect all the cables, power, Ethernet, HDMI, whatever you have connected to it. Then we're going to turn the PlayStation over. I have the PS4 Slim. The drive is in the side right here. You pop off this little bracket that just basically covers everything up. There's one screw that you'll need to remove in order to pull off the hard drive. And the drive that's in there currently has a little handle that you can use to pull it out, a little flexible handle. You just grab that, and the whole drive with the tray should just pull directly out of the side of the PS4. You need to take off the screws on the side, and then the hard drive itself should come loose from the bay. Notice which direction the connector is, so that you know how to put the new drive back into the tray. So you just pop off these 4 screws, and then that hard drive should just slide right out. Slide the SSD back into that same tray and screw the 4 screws back in. That should slide right back in. Again, notice the direction it came out so that you know which direction to put it back in. And then you put that single screw back into the back and pop on the cover. Now you can reconnect everything, and we're ready to install the software. and you're going to hold down the power button until you hear it beep twice, and then you should see it pop up into safe mode. And then you're going to reinstall the system software, number 7 there. You connect the USB that you have put the software onto, hit OK, and that's going to initialize the reinstallment of the software. It basically says all the data is going to be deleted. This is a fresh drive that has never been used before, so that's completely fine. You just hit yes, and it will update and restart, and we'll boot back up as a brand new PS4. It's not going to have any of your data on it, any of your profiles. You'll have to reconnect your controller, select your language, your location, all the stuff as if you were setting up a brand new PS4. You can go ahead and do all this or skip. If you are restoring from your backup, you can go ahead and skip all of that and just hit start now. It'll bring you to a brand new profile. You click into that, and then we're going to start the process of restoring all of the data back to the PlayStation. Alright, and to restore the PlayStation, get all of your information back into it, we're going to go into the settings. We're going to go down to System, and we're going to go down to Backup and Restore. Click on Restore, and we're going to select, you need to have your external drive connected, the one you backed up to. You're going to select that, hit Restore. It says the PS4 will be restored. We say yes to this, and that'll start the process of restoring that data. Now this can take quite a while, so you can just let it restart and then just leave it, and it will restore. I think I left mine running overnight so that I wouldn't have to sit there and wait on it, because it takes a while. When it's done, it's going to restart, and as it comes back up, you should see all of the same profiles as you had before. Everything should be back. Click into your main profile. You should see all the games and everything that you had in there previously. You should be all set. All right, well, that wasn't too bad. We got everything swapped out. Speeds are looking really good. I'm going to put some comparisons up here in just a second as we're playing out the video. If you haven't already, subscribe to the channel. If you like the video, like it down below. That really helps me out. And obviously, like I said, I have some shirts up on Teespring. If you want to check those out, I'll have the link for that down below as well. Thanks for watching, and I hope you have a great rest of your day. Bye-bye.